So, do we want to get religious here? Do we want to talk about the spirit of the Antichrist? Because I really think that this is a component of this video that certain Democrats made about President Trump. Listen, I believe that if he's our elected president, you need to have loyalty to him. And the fact that people are calling him a king is absolutely ludicrous because we voted for him. And I even saw a comment today. Maybe I'm spending too much time reading crazy people's comments, that he ought to get the same treatment as King Louis of France. I don't remember which Louis it was. You know, they murdered the King and Queen of France. That's what they did in Russia. They murdered the Russian royal family. You know, at the heart of this whole thing is murder. It's the spirit of Antichrist. And if you're a Democrat and you're a Christian, I want to tell you, why has nobody told you this before? Why has nobody sat down and had an honest conversation with you about your feelings substituting for rational thought? Did you know that the Democrats were the ones who wanted civil war, who rebelled against the United States of America because they wanted to keep slaves? This was the big issue. We would not have had a civil war if not for the issue of slavery, which had become so contemptible to us in the North. And we had the Underground Railroad. And I just think it's very strange that a mayor of a major city says, we came over here as slaves. If you're in the North, there wasn't slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, slavery didn't really exist in the North, but it was very much an institution of the South. Sadly, you might want to romanticize it. If you watch the movie Gone with the Wind, I mean, it's an interesting movie. It's a good movie, but it's so biased. It's so... It really romanticizes, as the original book Gone with the Wind did, what slavery was like. For some people, slavery wasn't that bad, but for others, it was absolute subjugation. I mean, girls just being raped by plantation owners and plantation owners' sons. And did you ever read the book Diary of Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl? I took a course when I wasn't required to take a course in African American literature at the Ohio State University, and how she had to hide in an attic for like 2 years. What a horror. What a horror that institution American slavery was. So, you know, we've had, during my lifetime, several presidents who had the big D label, the Democrats. Was I a fan of their policies? Not one of them. I mean, my mother voted for John F. Kennedy because he was a Catholic and she was a Catholic and he was the first Catholic president. Okay. But that was very emotional that she voted for him, I think. But when I think of the Kennedys, I think President Kennedy and his brother, Robert, had moral values and a loyalty to their country that I have to say the modern Democrat politician utterly lacks. To say that you can disobey orders, I don't understand that. How, you know, this is leading toward anarchy. I'm sure some of us have had jobs or have gone to school or whatever. If you're in a classroom, the teacher is the authority. It's not because the teacher is a dictator, but the teacher is in charge. And you have to follow the rules. You have to follow the rules of the school. No spitting in the hallway, no swearing. The whole idea that we ought to just not have respect for the leader of our country, especially from former members of the military, that's really troubling. Should these people be brought up on charges of treason? I actually think they should. It's absolutely shameful because they're not answering. If they're not answering to the president as their leader, to whom are they answering? Which authority are they obeying? By advocating disobedience of our lawful authority, which includes our elected president and our Constitution. If you were smart, you would have listened through this whole thing. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.